YouTube! Welcome to another video! Today we're watching 2 facts, the bizarre magic of water walkers by Frank. Yippee! If you wanna watch me live, come over to Twitch please. Thank you!
This episode sponsored by Brilliant.
Wow, brilliant!
I'm sure you've seen them flitting around atop a pond like some frolicking water puppies. I mean, who knows what they're up to, but it looks like fun, doesn't it? Look at that one, rolled right
They're
on his
so
back.
silly.
Now, if you want to play around on the surface of the water, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can be sort of half in,
You
half
guys,
out,
I
like
feel
this.
like insects are kind of disgusting, but I feel like water walkers are less disgusting. Does that make sense? I don't know, probably not. But since they're on water, in my head, they're like less disgusting.
Fly, have a nice little float around.
I'm not an
However,
insect.
this fly isn't really built for water sports. It has some trouble with the moving
No.
part. And that means it's f***ed. Because water striders are very good at hunting things that have accidentally wet themselves. Jenny, that's
Snails
an
aren't
awkward line.
insects.
They have the-
Guys, insects have 6 legs. Insects have 6 legs. You know how many legs snails have? Exactly. 1.
this long needle-like proboscis at the end of their face, and they can use it to poke right through the outside of a fly.
Yeah, 1 foot.
Didn't say it was easy. Once the proboscis is in there, it squirts out some digestive juices. It starts
Ew.
digesting the fly from the inside out. I mean, this particular fly couldn't give a shit. Look at it.
Wait, are centipedes not insects? Wait, they are. Wait, I might have lied. Sorry.
It's washing its hands. Get on
Hi,
with
Internet
it. That
Explorer.
proboscis has a little flexi straw inside of it, and they use that to suck out the insides.
Ooh.
Anyway, if you fall into some water and are struggling, water striders are like the opposite of a lifeguard. They're a death something.
Oh.
Maybe doorman, because they let people in.
What?
Death doorman.
They
And then
eat
soon
other
enough, you got a whole bunch
insects.
of them. It's like a buffet, but like a dirty buffet. Because while you're
Oh
eating,
my
someone might
God.
just hop on and start having sex with you. You need more than a sneeze guard on that buffet, I'll tell you what. I mean, it all looked cute from far away, didn't it? Up close, things get freaky.
What
Now,
the
these
fuck?
Insects can hunt and
It's
fight
a-
and
it's
have
a
relations on
foursome.
top of the water without getting wet because of surface tension. Just a quick refresher, water molecules are into bondage. They get all handsy with their neighbors. It's
my
like
God.
an orgy. You don't know whose bits you're pulling on or letting go of. It's fluid, get it? Now, under the surface, that grabbing is in all directions. But on the surface, one side is air. Those molecules, they're on the outside of the orgy. Their little heinies getting all chilly. They can only get grabby down into the sides.
Oh my god. Speaking of bugs, sorry, this is very off topic. Sorry, I apologize. But I had a dream. Was it last night or like 2 nights ago? I had a dream of like I was just like chilling at home, okay? And then I realized I had like an infestation of like cockroaches and some other insects in my apartment, and I was freaking out. I hate cockroaches so much. Oh my god.
This extra grabbing along the surface causes a layer of molecules to act almost like an elastic sheet, and you can sit right on top of it. Well, you can't, but a water strider can because of some key adaptations. If you look close at these little bastards, you can see they're a bit furry. That's because
They
most of their body
are.
is covered with these tiny little hair-like setae. These setae have a waxy coating, which is something
Ew.
that water doesn't want to bondage with. On the legs, you can see that the tips of the setae bend inwards, so as not to be
They're
pokey
furry.
pokey on the surface.
You guys, I feel like they're like not furries. I feel like they're just like a little like velvety, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think they're like fluffy. I think they're like velvety. Does that make sense? I don't know. Oh shit.
You can also see that the individual setae are grooved, and that's because all this
In my mind,
hairiness
at
and
least.
roughness trap little pockets of air, which can act like a cushion between the insect and the water's surface. Now, their whole body is covered with these
Ooh.
little setae, and I'll give you one reason why. Rain, which is f***ing traumatic at this size.
Rain?
But look at that, they're cool with it. I mean, it looks like some of them are even having fun. Look at this one riding the upswing and doing a backflip. This incredible...
Bruh, imagine like a water, like just a drop of water that's like, I don't know, 10 times the size of you. It's just like dropping down on you. Actually crazy.
incredible ability to repel water allows them to hang out on the surface. But it also means there's not all that much friction on that surface. It's like standing on a greased-up trampoline with roller skates on. So if they want to move, they have to use some tricks. Even though those little hairs are water repellent, the fact that they're all pointed in one direction and a little bendy means that they can generate very small adhesive forces with the surface, but only if you go against the grain. So they can use that in addition to...
Yeah, you're right. It could like break our necks. It could actually kill us. But they're not dead. So I guess they're better
pushing
than
off
us.
the side of those little dimples that they make. So they don't break the surface, but rather transfer their momentum to water underneath the surface. The strokes leave behind a trail of these swirling horseshoe vortices, a lot like what you might see behind a boat being rowed. This sort of movement, rowing and gliding, is quite efficient, but it's not the
so
only way to do
cool.
it. Some other water-walking insects use what's called a tripod gait. It can look a bit awkward and it's not as efficient, but
Yeah, exoskeletons. Oh my god.
this sort of movement allows them to walk both on water and solid surfaces, which certainly comes in handy if your pond's filled with duckweed. Can't row through that shit. Now, even though this...
Honestly, exoskeletons sounds like something really like, what is it? Something from the future. At least like in my, I don't know, for me. To me it sounds like that. Thank you for the raid, Karma. Hello, welcome.
This
Thank
looks
you.
a bit more like walking. The interaction with the water surface is similar to the water strider. Little waxy hairs trapping pockets of air and creating vortices. But listen, there's times where you might need a bit more oomph in your step. For one, there's things right below you that want to eat you, and they can see you quite well. It's like if the lions at the zoo were just behind some saran wrap.
Oh
A water
shit.
strider's not going to rowboat its way out of this one, so instead it jumps. And they're quite good at it too. But I know what you're thinking, Clever Nipples. Water striders can fly. Well, it turns out by the time they've started the engines and gotten through the safety demonstration, they'd be fish food. A smaller water strider can do all this without breaking the surface, but some of the larger ones break through.
Giant insect would be terrifying, dude. The cockroaches in my dream, they were like, oh, I mean, actually there are cockroaches that are pretty big, right? But they were like bigger than my hand. Imagine an insect that is like bigger than a human, dude. What the heck?
And push off the water below, and you can see all those air bubbles that their legs bring with them. But not everyone is gifted with such long-ass legs. Springtails, for example.
Oh, they're so
Looking at them, you wouldn't
cute.
think that hurdles would be their event. But Lindsay here has some serious ups, and we're going to learn how she does it in a second. But let me tell you, learning has changed quite a bit since I was young. I mean,
Wow.
Brilliant makes learning interesting and fun. It's not just
Brilliant.
rote memorization and staring at flashcards anymore. No, Brilliant has thousands of interactive
does
lessons in
exist. Have you
math,
seen
science,
Bat?
programming, data analysis, and AI.
I
You can
haven't.
take a course on scientific thinking and build up your intuition about how the world works. And you know
Wow,
how you do
Roger,
it? With visual
really?
interactive
Wow.
problem solving, so you can get all hands-on with the key concepts. You're going to have so much concepts on your hands. And this method of learning is proven to be 6 times more effective than just watching lectures.
the heck?
Whether you want to learn how to think in code or brush up on your calculus,
Oh my
Brilliant
god.
helps you develop
It's like Duolingo, but like different.
a powerful daily learning
Is
habit.
that allowed to say? Am I allowed to? It's not my sponsorship.
You can get smarter with brief, concise
my-
lessons in just minutes
it's
a
not
day.
my,
And while you're at it, you
sponsorship,
cut
so-
down on your doom scrolling. So
It
win-win.
is like Duolingo.
To try everything that Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/zayfun
Wow.
or scan the QR code on screen. I've put the link in the description as well. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. Brilliant's been a long-time sponsor of this show, and I'm a fan. Check them out today.
Yippee!
Where were we?
Yippee!
Oh, right. Lindsay here is quite the jumper. And that's because most springtails have a, you'll never guess, a springtail. Well, sort of. The science hippies call it a fricula.
These are
and most of the time, they
cute.
keep it tucked in like a sad dog butt. Sorry.
I mean, it's pretty obvious since you know I'm a snail VTuber, but I love it when insects or any animals have like really long like. How do you say, like, antennas? Yeah. I think it's so cute.
Like a sad dog. But if they need to get away in a hurry, they can pop it out. Jackie, what the hell was that? It barely moved. And it couldn't escape a fart. Do another one.
What?
All right, that's better. I know what you're thinking. That's cool. But it's basically jumping just with your ass. But if you look close, they've got another little trick going on. They've got a little tubey thing on their tongue top
No, not roaches, not cockroaches, not cockroaches.
that attracts
I
water.
hate
So you
that.
can see as they take off, they take a little drop of water with them.
Oh my god, you guys, I think the reason why I dreamed about the cockroaches was because I thought of like my room being too dirty. I need to
And
clean.
that's because if you launch yourself into a crazy backflip,
You
you're
have
going
the
to pull out
remote.
all the stops to
Awesome.
stick the landing. First thing they do is change their posture mid-air, and as they fall, this gives them a better chance of landing right side up. Now, if they don't, because their
cute.
bodies are water repellent, they'll
the
bounce
desk
around a
is
bit.
not just
And that's
about the
embarrassing for a
desk.
springtail. But if they get it just right, they can use that little drop of water they've been carrying to attach to the water's surface. It's sticking the landing, but with like real sticking. Now, springtails aren't the only ones to
Aw.
realize the benefits of having some
The
body
way
parts that
roaches' antennas move are fucking scary. Yeah, no, but like I feel like roaches in general are like more disgusting. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to think about it.
attract water. Look, Darnell here wants to show you his.
No,
Many of
they're
these
not
water walkers have a
cute.
pair of claws on the tips of their legs. They're smooth so they don't trap air, and water is attracted to them, and they can use them to pull up on the surface of the water. You might say big deal, but it allows them to do a bit of a magic trick. Here you can see Mesovelia try to scramble up
Ooh.
the curve at the edge of the glass. That doesn't
They're
work,
so,
but then watch
like,
this.
Walkie.
Let me explain. When water molecules come in contact with something that
They're
they're
doing like
more
little
attracted to than
walkies.
other water molecules, they bond with it. But not only that, they'll start to climb up that surface and pull their neighbors along with them. This creates a curve in the water that changes the direction of the forces acting on the water molecules. You got gravity, surface
Ooh.
tension, the attraction of water molecules to each other and to the new surface. And eventually they balance each other out. But this is essentially a frictionless hillside if you're small like Delilah here. And her water walking won't work, she just slides right off. So to climb it, she first
They're
turns
so
and faces
silly.
it head on. Then she pulls the surface up with her front legs, but also with her hind legs, while simultaneously pushing down with her middle legs. Now this changes the surface tension in the direction that these forces are pulling, and suddenly many symbols appear. But the bottom line is that the changes to the shape of that curve create an imbalance of
I think, imagine you're a human being able to walk on water. Okay, I was just gonna say it would be kind of OP, but also I don't think it would be that OP. Cause like imagine I would want to like walk to like England or whatever. But you know, I feel like the way I would have to walk would still be like pretty long, right? So, you know, I don't know.
forces that pull Delilah up until they're balanced again. Now this is especially helpful if you're a little beetle larva like this one. Not water repellent, no fancy hooks, wouldn't even have to dress up to be a fish food pellet for Halloween. But watch, it creates a curve by arching its body. And that means it can get to an edge and climb out to safety. Now these forces that pull two curves together are the same ones that cause your
my
Cheerios
God.
to clump. And it also works if both
I love that he just showed like some it's not cornflakes, cereal.
curves are pointed down into the water's surface. Now, it can get a little awkward if you run into your ex. All right, well, it was good to see you. I have to, Now, the teeny microvelia, like Deborah oh, that's not Deborah.
Cheerios.
It's Casey.
Also, like Cheerios, honestly, not that good. The ones with honey are pretty good, but like the normal ones,
Like Casey here, have another trick up there. Well, you'll see. If their little feet and legs get tired from all the scampering, they can just
Snails need an update to walk on water now, bruh. True. That also like imagine being a snail and wanting to like go from Germany to the UK, like over the water. Bruh, that would take ages if it was possible.
stop and go, Ugh! And look at that, they take off like a little rocket. I know what you're thinking, fart power. No, what they're doing is releasing a small droplet of liquid out their butt. And this liquid acts like dish detergent would if you put a drop into some water with pepper suspended on the surface. The molecules of these liquids will sit on the surface of the water and get in between water molecules. So then there's less water bondage on the surface and less surface tension. The water surrounding that droplet has higher surface tension, and because of that, it pulls
Oh
on
my
the
God.
area of lower surface tension. And this becomes a kind of wave that you can surf. And you can try this in a pool. Release something out your butt and see how fast everyone moves away.
Can the German Saints understand the UK Saints? Of course, the German Saints can speak English. They had it in school.
Finger.
Oh my god!
What do you mean you called it? It's not whoever sees it first. It's not shotgun. And even if it... What the hell? You just bit my ass. No, my ass does not look like a fly's ass. You did
They're
that on
so
purpose.
freaky.
You don't go around biting someone's ass because you have hurt feelings. Stop it. Even if you did call it, god damn it. Even if you... Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm saying, how would I have heard you? Ow!
Yippee! Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching YouTube. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out Frank. Check out Brilliant if you're interested. To get a 30-day free trial and 20% of their annual subscription, you can use code ZFrank. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube!